Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In this video, I will be discussing about the string data structure in Python. And later I will discuss how to create string in Python, how to index a string in Python, and lastly I will be discussing about how to do string slicing. So let's get started with the definition of a string. We know that a string is nothing but it is used to represent sequence of characters or sequence of symbols. If we have more than one or one symbol and we want to store it somewhere, so we will be creating a string data structure for that. And one thing that I need to mention that as in Java or C or C++, we had character data type. In Python, we do not have character data type. Everything is a string. So if we have one symbol or one character or multi-character, then all will be considered a string. So now let's go and consider how to create a string. We know that in Python, we have two types of string. We have single line string and we have multi-line string. If you want to create single line string, we have two options. We can use double quotation or single quotation if you want to create a single line string. And if you want to create multi-line string, we can use triple quotation. So let's give an example of how to create single line string in Python. Let's check if we have sequence of character. I like to study books. If this is sequence of character and I want to create a string in Python, how I will be able to do it. If I have a variable named my string and I want to create a string, I can, for this case, I can use single quotation. For example, if I want to bring I like to study books, so I will be saying that now, since I have used single quotation at the beginning and end of this sentence, this is converted to a string. If I want to ensure myself, I can ensure myself by printing my string and also by printing its data type. I will say print type, which is a function which is used to check the data type of my variable or my structure in Python, my string. Now, if I run this program, see, it will show my string. I like to study books, and also I will show its data type or its class, which is a string. So now I can ensure myself that if I use single quotation, it will convert my sequence of characters into a string in Python. Now let's check, is it possible to create a string using double quotation or no? If I have the same sentence and I want to create my string using double quotation. If I want to use double quotation, also the same thing. Now I want to print my sentence and also its data type. If I run the program, see, it will show my sentence the same. I like to study books and also its data type is string. So we can be ensured that we can use single quotation or double quotation in order to create a string. The next question will be, which one is better? Which one to use, single quotation or double quotation? There is no such kind of things to say that which one is better, but we have different cases. In different cases, we can use single quotation or double quotation. In these two sentences, we are there. We can use any of them, but let's get the case number one. For example, if we have a sentence like this, I need Ali's book. In this case, if I want to create my own string, then the best option to create my own string is double quotation. Why? What's the reason? Since single quotation is a part of my sentence, single quotation is a part of my sequence of character. So in order to create a string, it is better to use double quotation. Now I can print my string like this. See, my, if I run it, see, single quotation is a part of my string, but double quotation here I have used to create a string. Now let's check the case number two, where my double quotation will be a part of my sentence. For example, if it will be like, he said, I like to study. See, in this sentence, double quotation is a part of my sentence, or double quotation is a sequence of my character. Now, if I want to create a string in Python, my string, then it is better to use single character. Why? Because the double quotation will be part of my sentence, and here if I want to represent the string, the best option is single character. Now if I print my string, I will say my, if I run it, so see, now it is created, the string is created, so the second option is correct. Now in this case, if I use double quotation, let's see what will happen. For example, I have the same thing, I have the same sentence, and I want to create my string and I want to use double quotation. Let's check what will happen. Surely it will show error for us. For example, I want to create double string. Now if I want to print my sentence, if I want to say my if I want to print it, see what will happen. Python will think that this single quotation is a beginning of my string, and it will think that this is the end of my string. That's why it's not recognizing that this double quotation is a part of sentence. It's not end of the sentence. So that's why if I run it now like this, it will show error. So that's why we are saying that if my sentence has double quotation as a part, it is better to use single quotation to create a string. If my sentence has as a single quotation as its part, it's better to use double quotation as to create a string. Now let's check the case number 3, which will be our sentence will have both single quotation and double quotation as its parts. For example, if our sentence be he said, I need Ali's book. In this case, see, our sentence has double quotation and then single quotation as its parts. So in this case, we have two options, or we can use two options. The option number one, we will be we can use single quotation. For example, if I want to represent my string as a single quotation, how it will be. For example, I will write my string. I'm using single quotation. One thing that I need to remember, if I'm using single quotation for this string, there will be a problem. Like I will say the string is started from this point and it is ending from this point. In order to tell to Python that this is not the end of my string, I need to use backslash as a escape sequence character. See, if I use backslash before this single character, single quotation, now the problem will be solved. So I will say, if I want to use single quotation to create my string whenever the single quotation is a part of my sentence, see, single quotation is a part of my sentence. For those single quotation which are part of my sentence, I will be using backslash in order to change the meaning. This backslash tells the Python that this is not the end of my sentence. This is not the end of a string. This is a part of sentence. Now let's see if I print it here. See, I will say he said I need Ali's pen. See, this single quotation is coming to my string, and this beginning and ending of my string. The case number 2, I can also, the option number 2, I can also use double quotation to represent this string. Now let's check if I use double quotation, what will happen. My string, now I'm using double quotation. See, if I use double quotation, the same case will be there. This will be the starting of my Python, and the Python will think this is the end. If I want to tell the Python that this is not the end of sentence, this is a part of my sentence, I need to use backslash. I will be using backslash here and backslash here to change the meaning. This backslash is called escape sequence character. It's just telling the Python that this is not the end of your sentence. This is a part of sentence. This is a part of sentence. Now let me check and print my string again. If I run it, see, it has double quotation and single quotation as a part. So finally, we can say that if there is a scenario where both double quotation and single quotation will be part of my sentence, I will be having two options. I can use single quotation with backslash before single quotation as a part of sentence, or I can use double quotation with using backslash as a before those double quotation which are part of my sentence. Now let's go and check how can I create multi-line string. If I want to use create multi-line string, I can use triple quotation. For example, if I have my string and my string will be multi-line, then at that time I need to use triple quotation. For example, this is line number 1. If I will be having multi-line string like this is line number 1. If I were having this will be line number 2, line number 2, line number 4. If I have multi-line string, then I will be using triple quotation. Now if I print my string here, print my string and run the program, see, it is multi-line string. So for creating a multi-line string, I can use triple double quotation, or I can use also triple single quotation. Now let's go and check a string indexing. We know that what do you mean by string indexing. For example, let me check and give a scenario of what do you mean by string indexing here. See, in a string indexing, I'm just explaining if I have my string. For example, if my string is hello everyone, hello, and If a person is saying, I want to print the first character, or if I want to print the second character, I want to print the third character, this is the time that we need to use string indexing. In Python, it's the same. String indexing, or if you want to characterize, if you want to index, if you want to address each and every symbol in a string from left side, it will be started by 0. For example, the index of h is 0, the index for 1 is e is 1, index for l is 2, like this. If you want to start indexing from left side, it will be always from 0. Now let's see and print the first character. I will say my string, and if I want to the first character, I will be writing 0 because it is the starting address. If I want to uh, print the second character, I will be writing 1. If I want to print the third character, I will be writing 2. So this is how I will be addressing my symbols from left side. There is another possibility also that I can do, or I can start indexing from right side also. There is another possibility in Python. For example, if a person is saying, print me the last character. Now, since our sentence is short, I can count like this. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. For this, 5, space 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now if I print here, write here 15, it will print me E, which is the last character in my sentence. But this is a problem, since if our sentence is so long, it will take a lot of time. That's why in Python we have right side addressing also. If you want to address from right side, we can start from -1. Address for E is -1, N is -2, O is -3, for this space -4. For example, now if I want to print the last character, I can write -1. It will print the same thing. If I want to print the second last character, I will write -2. It will print the N, which is the second last character in Python. So in Python indexing, if you want to index from left side, it will start by 0. If you want to index from right side, it will start by -1. Lastly, let us discuss about string slicing. You know what do you mean by string slicing? If I give my example here, if I have, this is my string, and if I want to print only hello, means I want to print only substring. I do not want to print whole string. I do not want to print only single character. I want to print substring, a part of a string. This is the time that I will be using string slicing. And you know, the first case for string slicing is yes, that if you want to print this string slicing, you need to mention the starting point and ending point. For example, I want to print only hello. You know that hello is starting by h, which h is nothing but it is starting from index number 0. Till which index? You know that this one is index number 1, index number 2, index number 3, index number 4, index number 5. I want to print it from 0 to 4. So if I want to print from 0 to 4, I need to write 5 here, because this is the characteristic of Python, that it will start from 0 to not 5, 1 less than 5. So if I want to print till 4, I need to write 5. Now let's run the program. See, it's printing hello. If I write here 4, it will not print till 4. It will print till 3. See, it will print till hello. So that's why if you want to print, also you need to 5 here, because in Python it will not consider 5. This is the first version. The second version, if you are writing the starting point but not writing the last point, it will start from this position till end of this string. The next one, if you are writing the end point but you are not writing the starting point, it will, the default value for a starting point will be 0. It will start from 0 to this point. And if you're not mentioning both starting and at end, it will start from 0 to the end of a string. Let's check one by one all of this. So for example, now if I'm not mentioning the ending point here, if I'm only mentioning the starting point, for example, I am saying start from string number, character number 6, which is this one is, if this one is 4, this is 5, and this one will be 6. So I will be saying start from 7. If I run it, it will go to the end. Now, if I'm mentioning only the ending point, for example, I'm saying start, the ending point is 5, and I'm not giving the starting point, it will start from 0. It will start from h. If I'm not giving none of them, it will start from beginning to the end of the sentence. And lastly, which is this one, if we are starting from this point, ending to this point, and steps. For this one, I can give an example in order to be sure. So if a person is asking, please print me all those characters which their index is divisible by 3. For example, if their index is 0, print me. If their index is 3, print me. If their index is 6, print me. If their index is 9, print me. Means that print only those characters with the index number 0, index number 3, index number 6, index number 5. Then how can we do this one? Let's check this one. So this is my string. For this, it will be printed this one, which is index number 0. We will say start from index 0. Go to the end. That's why I'm not mentioning end, and that I'm giving steps 3. When I'm giving steps 3, first it will print the index number 0, then 3 plus 0, it will print the index number 3, then 3 plus 3 will be index number 6, 6 plus 3 index number 9. If I print this one, so it will be HL space E space E. The same thing can be if I want to, if a person is, another person is asking, please print for me those characters where their index is divisible by 5, like this, like this, or yes, 15. Then here I will be writing the steps as a 5. What it will do, it will start from this point, it will go to the end, and each time it will add 5. So when it is printing the first character, then the 0, which will be index 0, then it will add by 5, it will go to the fifth character. Now let me check. Then it will go to the 10th character. So this was how string slicing is going to work. This was the end of video. If you like the video, please subscribe and like the video. Thanks for your watch.